Welcome back to Center Stage. We're here with the great Cris Carter. Chris, we have something on the show we call Did You Ever? All right, I'm going to ask you something. Tell me if you ever did it. Okay?
Well, listen, you listen to my life. I've done a whole bunch of stuff.
Good point. Did you ever want to be an NFL quarterback?
No, I've always wanted to be a quarterback, but I was discouraged when I got in high school that an African-American playing quarterback for my high school maybe wasn't necessarily the best idea, or they weren't thinking that way.
Did you ever eat an entire pizza by yourself?
Oh, yes, for sure.
Yeah. Did you ever wonder what a Buckeye was?
No.
Did you ever talk your way out of a traffic ticket?
Yes.
Did you ever want to punch an opponent in the mouth?
Have hit a few dudes.
Did you ever ride the New York City subway system?
Yes, of course.
Really?
Yes.
When?
When somebody was watching me. I rode it a bunch of times. I've gone to a bunch of games. Go to Yankees games, go to Subway, Madison Square Garden.
No kidding.
Come on, man.
All right. Now you got it going on. Hall of Fame, great job at ESPN, good-looking guy, dressed well. You ever walk past a mirror, wink, and go, yeah?
No, I don't do that. But you know something? Sometimes I take a shower, and I'm not necessarily feeling great about myself, so I go put my Hall of Fame jacket and walk around, and I feel better.
Did you ever get into a game and think, I have no chance? Against a great defensive back or something like that?
Yes.
Who?
Playing against Deion Sanders is very, very difficult.
Really?
And it's not that you don't have a chance, you just don't have as much time with the rush and his ability to cover. So the combination of the two of those things, Deion Sanders, I felt a little helpless a few times.
How'd you do against him, do you remember?
I never had a great game, but also he never dominated me. When they played his Hall of Fame tape, I wasn't on there.
Good. Now on the flip side, did you ever feel sorry for a defensive back? You were just eating them up.
Sorry for him? No, he's getting paid money. I mean, if he's in college, he's probably getting paid money too. No.
Did you ever surprise yourself with a catch you made?
All of the great catches that I made, I was shocked that I caught the ball.
Okay. Did you ever own a snowmobile to get around Minnesota?
No, but I've ridden in plenty of them, though.
Yeah?
Yes.
Did you learn to like Minnesota?
Oh, yeah, I love Minnesota.
Now, when you were in Minnesota, the Vikings already had a pretty good pair of wide receivers, Anthony Carter, Hassan Jones, and you had a pretty respectable start, but you had a big game against the Eagles. Was that the game you circled because you wanted to have a big game?
It wasn't. It was just one of those fortunate things that happened. Anthony Carter had strained his hamstring in practice, and it was a cold night.
Monday Night Football, right?
Monday Night Football. And he was a scratch, and they told me I was going to be starting. And I just thought it was meant to be. I thought something big was going to happen. 6
passes, 151 yards, 42-yard and 78-yard TD. Did you say anything to Buddy Ryan after the game?
I shook his hand and told him thank you. And I had a great deal of respect for him as a man.
In '92, Dennis Green is your new coach at the Vikings. We have Roger Craig coming over from the 49ers. Then in '93, you have your breakout season. Jim McMahon's the quarterback, 86 catches, 1,071 yards, and 9 TDs. Also selected for the Pro Bowl. What clicked in that year?
The offense, they began to move me around in the offense, and I began to become the focal point of the passing game. But also, I changed because I met Roger Craig, and I told him I really wanted to be as good as Jerry Rice, and he told me I had to change my training regimen and my overall focus and my route running. And I adopted a lot of the things that Jerry was doing, and that was the impetus, I believe, that set my career going the way it went.
All right, '94, Warren Moon is your quarterback. You have 2 great seasons with him. You catch almost 250 passes, 2,600 yards, 24 TDs. But throughout your career, Chris, you had good quarterbacks, but you never had Joe Montana and Steve Young like Jerry Rice did. Were you ever envious of that, not to have that unbelievable quarterback?
I wouldn't say envious. You just want to be considered one of the best at what you do. Now, if you think playing with Joe Montana and then, I stumble up and get Steve Young, if you think that don't make a difference, then me playing and making the Pro Bowl, 8 different Pro Bowls with 6 different quarterbacks, then you don't know the game. It's about talent. Of course, I wish I could have played with the great quarterbacks, but you got to make the most of what you can do.
Right.
So I never complained about it, but when I got Warren Moon, he let me know there's a huge difference in the rest of the guys and an elite quarterback. with the numbers we put up in 94 and 95.
You had 12 different quarterbacks in 7 seasons. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, I can't believe I'm sitting here. That's not the recipe for success.
All right, when we get back, Cris Carter wins his first playoff game. What was it like? We'll find out in just a moment on Center Stage.